I don't know, I'm feeling a little hurt right now. My feelings are hurt.
You're just mad because I interrupted your...
In today's video, I'm gonna actually break down some stuff for you that was able to increase my business by about 40%.
If you ain't beefing about the money, then what's the problem?
Alright guys, we're about to head to the rock climbing gym today. We've got these boxes to load up in the car. Just working hard, trying to get these heavy boxes in the car because Carrie's making me do all the work like usual.
Yeah, right. Your only contribution to the Amazon business is helping me load up these boxes.
Got him!
And that's why we gotta hit the gym, because we gotta stay strong.
Boy, if you don't get...
Alright guys, so we're on our way to the rock climbing gym. We've got the entire car loaded up. We're gonna head to the FedEx store after the gym. Got my protein, we're good to go. But guys, I don't know, I'm feeling a little hurt right now. My feelings are hurt. I just literally loaded up all these boxes and she's over here laughing and making fun of me, saying that I don't help with the Amazon business. Like, what did I do to deserve this? Like, I just loaded up this entire car. I like help with the Amazon business all the time. Like, did you really mean that?
Dude, I work over like 60 hours a week on this Amazon business and you spent like a minute of your time, not even, loading 3 boxes up in the car.
Okay.
Got him!
Okay, but what about last night? It's like 10 o'clock at night. I'm in my office, you know, and I'm sitting there in my office and you're like, well, Paul, come help me with this. Come help me with this. And there's like some new feature on Amazon or whatever that, like, I don't even know about, but I'm like trying to help you with it because you got like this big order. Like, what about then?
You're just mad because I interrupted your Fortnite playing in there. You weren't working. It was 10 o'clock at night and I was still hustling on this order. And you were just mad that you had to stop playing Fortnite for 2 seconds to look at this new thing they integrated on Amazon. Screw that.
Alright guys, we just finished up at the rock climbing gym. We're at FedEx now. And we're about to unload these boxes. Carrie's going in. She's about to grab the cart so that we can unload them all. Yo, what is this? Look at this. $8.49 for a carton of eggs. Why is this so expensive? Yeah, I just had Burger King this morning. They say you are what you eat, so does that mean I'm a king?
Boy, if you don't get...
Yeah, but king of toxic food.
Alright guys, so we're back home from the gym, from grocery shopping, from FedEx, and I actually wanted to cover something really cool. So recently I put up a new sales, some kind of bug just almost stung me, some kind of new sales page, and in that sales page I had a upsell in it, and the upsell is actually converting at 40%, which is actually a really amazing conversion rate. So I believe that there's a few reasons why, and if you're out there and you're running a business, whether it be a product-based business or a service-based business, I want to teach you some of the principles that I basically did in order to get such high conversion rates on it. So one of the very first things I did was I knew my customers. So that's number one. You want to know your customer. What kind of things do you want to know? You want to know their age range. Are they 18 through 25? Are they 35 through 40? Are they 45 to 50? If you can kind of pick that demographic out, that's going to allow you to get insight into, you know, some of the different tactics that you can actually use to talk to them and communicate with them. You also want to know, you know, are they male or female? Okay, because the way that your messaging goes to males is going to be different than your messaging to females. And we don't always have the luxury of being able to split that off. You know, sometimes it might be a 50-50 split, but in some cases you might know that your audience is 80% male, so it might make sense to make your messaging appeal more to males, because then you might make more sales that way. You also want to know what your audience or what your customers' wants are. You know, what is it that they want? If you're a car salesman, for example, are your customers is it like a high-end car sales where they're wanting like all the cool features, or is it more like they just want something reliable to get to work? Knowing that stuff in advance can definitely be helpful. You're also going to want to know what problems they have. So if you can figure out exactly what problems they have, a good way to figure out this kind of stuff too is to run a survey to your audience if you have an existing audience. Or run an ad if you don't have one, and kind of figure that out if you're thinking about entering a market. Try and figure out what it is that they have as problems and kind of the different pains that they have. Another really good thing to figure out is what are their limiting beliefs. Now, a limiting belief, I want you to think of this like a runner who's running a marathon and they have like the hurdles. You guys have seen those hurdles where they jump over, right? Those, I want you to think of like limiting beliefs, and it's that they have to get over those hurdles in order to make it to the finish line. What are those limiting beliefs that your customer has? For example, like for an SEO-based business, when I talk to people about starting an SEO-based business, some of their hurdles are, well, I don't know how to do SEO. You know, is SEO going to be hard to learn? Or they might know SEO, but they might have the hurdle of, I don't know what to say to a customer. What if they ask me a question that I can't answer? So if you can help them overcome these hurdles, you're going to be that much closer to the sale. Another really good thing to know about your customer is what objections that they have. And objections usually come after you help them get over the hurdle. They're going to have objections. It might be objection to the price. It might be objections to the time frame. It might be a number of different things, but if you can know those objections, what they're going to be when they come, you're going to know how to better handle it and better address them. So now that you know your ideal customer and you know everything about them, their age, their audience, you can almost, if you want, create a customer avatar. A lot of people do that. They'll actually name the avatar something, and they'll basically list all these things off. But what you want to do is you want to tell a story that depicts a character in your messaging. At least if you're selling something online or through video. I guess if you're like in person selling it, maybe depicting as a character would be a really good thing. But for online based stuff, I find that coming up with a character is great. And the reason why is that people connect really well with characters. They connect and resonate when someone's telling a story and there's a character involved. We tend to get attached to that character, different characters. Think about the last time you watched maybe a movie or like one of your favorite TV series. I bet you that there's characters in that TV series that you really love and like you're like rooting for them to succeed. And then there's characters who are like more like villains and everyone's kind of like against them, right? And the series usually do a really good job at kind of compelling those emotions, right? Getting those emotions out of you. And ultimately, the character should embody everything that we just talked about above, about your customer. So essentially, you want this character to mimic your customer, your ideal customer. Okay, so if you can do that, you're gonna be golden. So what I mean by that is the character should have the same struggles that your customer has. So you could talk about that in your messaging, in your sales letter or your video or however you're doing your messaging. Your character should have those same struggles, but then your character should have overcome those struggles as well. So you also want to tell the story of them overcoming it, because this is going to kind of trigger something in your prospect's mind that's going to be like, okay, wow, so they overcame this, and it's going to get them thinking. One really smart way to do this is to kind of talk about the character's life after they overcame these struggles. Talk about what their life is like now. I heard NLP people call this as future pacing. So if you're into any neuro-linguistic programming or NLP stuff, they call this future pacing. And another bug. They call this future pacing because you're basically talking about what life's gonna be like after you overcome these struggles, and that is very, very powerful. All right, so I don't know what that is, some kind of bug. Hopefully the mic is okay. All right, so once all of that stuff is done with, you wanna do 3 things to close the sale. And those 3 things is you want to use logic. So logic might be something like, you know, you wanna purchase XYZ because it's cost effective, or it's actually gonna save you money in the long run. Let's pretend a car salesman again, right? You might say, well, right now you're driving around in this really bad car that's bad on gas, and this car is actually going to save you money in the long run because it gets better fuel efficiency. That's a logical close. You know, that kind of taps into that side of things, and if you can incorporate that, that's great. The next thing is emotion. You want to use an emotional close. And when you think of emotions, the way I like to like really come up with an angle here is, how does this make me feel, or how does this make the prospect feel? You can talk about how great is it gonna feel when you walk into your boss's office, you know, in 3 months from now, or 2 months from now, or whatever, and tell them that you're quitting because you've now financially made it on your own with your own business. How is that going to feel? Okay, and if you can target into emotions, right? You tap into emotions, another very, very solid close. And then the third thing that I like to incorporate into my closes is scarcity. And Scarcity does a really good job of really trying to close the deal right away. So a good scarcity tactic is either a limited time offer where they only have a limited time to decide and then it comes down or the price goes up. Another really good way is you only have X number available. So you can actually like limit the quantity that you have. So if you use those three things in conjunction at your close, I've just found conversion rates to go way, way up. All right, and then you want to remove risk from the customer. Whenever you can remove the burden of risk off of the customer, you're gonna see conversion rates go up and skyrocket as well. So this might be like a 30-day guarantee to let them try it out, to you know, tell them you'll give them their money back if they're not happy with it in 30 days or if it doesn't work for them. That can be really powerful as well and can really help remove that burden of risk off the customer, and it kind of taps into the logical side again. So you can actually tie that into your logical close as well. You know, hey, this just makes sense to purchase because you're gonna try this out for 30 days and if it doesn't work, then just ask for your money back. So that taps into kind of the logic side of things again. And then the last thing I wanna say about this is offer a bonus if you can. Bonuses are just gonna help seal the deal. You can actually make it a bonus where it's only available if they purchase right on the spot. Kind of gives extra incentive to have your prospect make a decision right away. So it's just really powerful. And I've just ultimately found that when you employ all of this stuff together in your messaging, whether it be a sales page or a video that you're doing, or whether it be trying to close local clients and you do it via email or phone call or anything, this stuff works, and it works really, really well. So I hope that it's helpful for you. Alright guys, so that is all I have for you today. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. If you did, do me a favor and smash a like on it. And also, if you're new here and you've never been to the channel before, you should definitely subscribe. This is the place where we talk about business, motivation, entrepreneurship. So don't forget to subscribe, tick the bell notification icon. And if you want, guys, you could drop a comment on the video saying something like, I've subscribed. And I'll actually go back through after the video is over. I will read your comment. I will reply to it because I am so excited that you're here with us today. But guys, we'll see you in the next video. I am Paul James. Peace out.